Check out the new DigiEra external SSD. It's made from aluminum and comes in cool colors, so it's both stylish and tough. Plus it connects magnetically to the back of your iPhone 15 or 16 Pro for filming directly onto the drive in stunning 4K ProRes quality. With transfer speeds up to 2,000 megabytes per second, you can move your files in a flash. It comes in capacities of 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, and even 2 terabytes, and works with pretty much any device thanks to its universal USB-C connection. Now obviously as an on-the-go content creator, having extra storage is always a must, so I don't end up somewhere needing to film something and have no space to record it. So this 2 terabyte portable SSD is definitely a must in my travel bag. Packaging looks fantastic, and as you can see, we get up to 2,000 megabytes per second of read speed and up to 1,800 megabytes per second of write speed, even if you want to record stunning 4K 120 frames per second ProRes video on your iPhone 16 Pro Max like I do. Now getting inside, we are greeted with a user manual, although this is literally plug and play, so we probably won't be needing that. A flat and short USB-C cable, as well as the 2 terabyte DigiEra portable SSD itself. Very nice. Now, although this very small, lightweight, and compact portable external SSD is made more or less for the iPhone series of devices for on-the-go storage and content creation, being that it is a USB-C portable external SSD, you're able to use it with pretty much any device that you want that supports USB-C and external hard drives. So I can literally plug this into my MacBook Pro and use it for 2 terabytes of additional storage when I need to as well, and that'll definitely come in handy when I'm on the go. Now taking a look at it on the front side, you can see we have DigiEra branding as well as a nice glossy black color. Over here on the side we have a nice gunmetal gray, as well as a USB Type-C port right here to plug into your iPhone, with that very fast up to 2,000 megabyte per second transfer speed. Now over on the back we do have a nice soft touch material here because this is actually going to magnetically attach to the back of your iPhone and it's not going to scratch it whatsoever. All we have back here is the model number, capacity of 2 terabytes, as well as some serial numbers and whatnot. Nothing much to see. Just overall a very simple design, and it is extremely lightweight, and as you can see I can hold it in my hand and it virtually disappears. It's that small. So of course I have my iPhone 16 Pro Max right here. We got the magnetic SSD, you just stick it on the back, and as you can see, very strong magnetic attachment, so it'll definitely stay in place while you're recording your content. I mean, just look at how small that is. It's just right there on the back. You can hold it in your hand without an issue and literally have 2 terabytes of extra space just like that. Now, of course, to actually do this, we're gonna plug in the USB-C cable, plug it into the phone as well, just like that. Now quickly, if I unplug the SSD, if we go into video recording options, as you can see, we're in video. If I turn on ProRes HDR, it says we can't record it because you have to have an external storage device. So as you can see, ProRes 4K at 60 frames or higher is only supported when recording on an external SSD such as this one. So if I actually just plug it back in, just like so, now we could tap on ProRes HDR, go up to 120 Hz at 4K, and as you can see, we'll have a maximum recording time of 73 minutes directly through the USB-C cable to the external SSD, which actually does have a nice LED light on the back lighting up that logo, which looks very cool so you know that it's active. Now before we actually get over to testing it out with recording, there is one thing that I always do with any storage device that I happen to get, and you should too. We gotta make sure we test it to make sure that nothing's corrupt and that we have the full 2 terabyte capacity. I'm gonna be using H2TestW to run this test. I've been using this software for years to check all my storage devices and it's never steered me wrong, and as you can see, the DigiEra 2 terabyte external SSD has passed with flying colors without any errors whatsoever, so we do have a true 2 terabyte capacity. Now, following that up, we can now actually connect it to my MacBook Pro, and we're gonna actually do a speed test to see how fast we can read and write when it's connected with a USB-C cable. So if we just quickly run this test, looks like the write speed, we're looking at about 1,000 megabytes per second. The read speed, we're looking at also about 1,000 megabytes per second. Let's have it run again. So it looks like we did peak at about 1,300 megabytes per second for the write speed, and then came back down to 800 to 900 megabytes per second. And then the read speed peaks at about 1,000 megabytes per second and then comes back down to about 900 megabytes per second, which is definitely plenty fast, especially if you're just using it to record videos on your iPhone 16 Pro Max. So now that we have confirmed that we truly do have 2 terabytes of storage on this little hockey puck, and we do have some good read and write speeds, let's actually get it connected back to my iPhone 16 Pro Max, just like so. Let's go into the camera app, tap on video, And now here we are, we're gonna go to 4K 120 ProRes HDR, USB-C, 73 minutes of max recording time, and tap on record. So as you can see, this right here is a 4K 120 frames per second ProRes HDR video recording directly on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, going through a tiny USB-C cable to the DigiEra 2TB external SSD. So this video should look fantastic, being that it's gonna be so smooth with 120 frames and also maxed out resolution at 4K with amazing colors, contrast, and brightness with the HDR as well. So that's actually amazing, because without having an SSD connected to this thing, there's no way to record a video of this quality. The max you can do is 4K 60 at HDR. Once you enable ProRes, it's gonna shoot you on down and it's like, oh, you can do 30 frames per second if you want to. But we are actually doing 120 frames, which is insane. And plus, because the DigiEra 2TB, that's insane still. 2TB external SSD is so small, compact, and lightweight, it doesn't even add any extra weight to the iPhone. It basically feels the same, so I can hold this without an issue. So that's fantastic. But next up, we're gonna go check out this video and make sure everything is nice and smooth, no drop frames, make sure the audio sounds good, and make sure the quality is fantastic, as I'm expecting it should be. All right, so now we can actually tap on this, get into the video, we can seek through it, and actually fantastic, very smooth, no stuttering whatsoever. We do have sound. Looks fantastic, looks buttery smooth. Let's actually go into landscape mode here, full screen. Very nice. Let's seek through it while I'm watching it. No stutter whatsoever, fantastic. But let's take it a step further and get this connected to my MacBook Pro. All right, so now we're in the File Explorer. We're on the DigiEra 2TB SSD. We'll go to DCIM, 100 Apple. We have the video right, wow. 26.58 gigabytes in about a 1-minute file. That is insane, but I guess it makes sense because 120 frames per second, 4K ProRes HDR, all of that conglomerating together, it's gonna be a massive file. So it actually does make sense why you need an external SSD, because even if it could support putting it on the internal storage of the iPhone, it would definitely fill up the space in no time. So this 2TB is definitely gonna be with me at all times, so I never have to worry about that. Anywho, let's open up the video, and now we have the video here. Let's make it full screen and play. Looks fantastic. Let's seek through. Very clear, very smooth. Actually, this is very impressive. This is a 120 Hz 4K ProRes HDR video that I recorded on my phone. Well, technically I recorded it with my phone onto the DigiEra 2TB external SSD that was magnetically attached to my phone. You know, keywords right there. So, let's play. This looks fantastic. That's insane that I'm able to do this. If you would have told me like 10 years ago I could do this, I'd be like, okay, if you say so, but here it is, and that's fantastic. I can't believe it, but it's working very well. So all in all, the DigiEra external SSD that's available in 512 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, or this massive 2 terabyte size. Now, I say massive size because 2 terabytes is massive, but remember, this thing is tiny, simply magnetically attaches MagSafe style on the back, plugs right into the bottom of the iPhone, and literally that's it. It's plug and play. Anyone need help? I don't think so, because that's all you do. Plug it in and play with it. Go ahead. That's fantastic. And like I said, very small and compact. You can hold your phone with ease and it's like nothing's there. It's insane. It's so lightweight. The magnet is extremely strong. Look at that. Really? Okay. And it's 2 terabytes and fast enough to record 4K 120 frames per second HDR ProRes, which is the maxed out resolution of the iPhone 16 Pro Max, with ease, with no stuttering, no drop frames, no problems whatsoever. You can easily plug it into your computer, play it back, copy it over, do all that. That's fantastic. And remember, although you can do that, and that's what it's technically made for, it's still, at the end of the day, an external SSD with a USB-C connection and a fast read and write speed. So you can use this as external storage for your MacBook. Use it as external storage for any of your devices. Load it up with all your files and you're ready to go. Remember, it passed the H2 test W test with flying colors. No corruptions, no errors whatsoever. So we have a true 2 terabyte storage right here in this little hockey puck. I mean, it's not even a hockey puck, it's smaller than a hockey puck. It's literally the diameter of the MagSafe magnetic rings. That's fantastic. It's so small. That little LED light on the back flashing so you know it's in use and you know that it's working. Cherry on the top. And as a special limited time offer for this month, DigiEra is hooking it up because they have a $50 off coupon code. I'll throw it down below in the description right next to the link, and you can actually get the 1 terabyte external SSD that's magnetic and it'll work with your iPhones and all your other devices for only $99, which is a fantastic price given that, you know, it's magnetic, plugs right into your iPhone, and you can use it for literally anything, and it has fast read and write speeds, and you can use it for ProRes. I mean, I already went over all this, but I feel like it's worth mentioning again. But that is fantastic. I personally highly recommend this if you are an on-the-go content creator and do want the best quality video without having to worry about running out of space. But like I said, definitely going in my bag everywhere I go, so I'm always ready.